morning, guys. I hope you're all doing okay. Welcome to my channel, Little Autobots Books. My name is Brittany, and I do autism and book-related videos on this channel. I am autistic. I'm an autistic girl who believes in neurodiversity and acceptance, not cure. And so yeah, and I'm also an incredibly big bookworm, so I do autism and book-related videos here. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, hit the like and subscribe button down below, and hit the bell notification icon. That way you'll be uploaded every single time I upload a new video. And comment down below. I love reading your guys' comments. Obviously, respect and kindness is required. Not trying to offend anyone, usual disclaimer, not trying to offend, not trying to start any fights or arguments, but also, I said what I said, it's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it, just like you guys are entitled to your opinions. So, okay, I think that's what I want to say for the intro. So, without further ado, I guess we'll just get into today's video. So today I'm coming to you with a video. I wanted to talk a little bit about something with autism called AAC. That's Augmentative Alternative Communication. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about what this is and what it does. There's many different devices that you can use, such as, the Dynavox. The Dynavox and tablets seem to be the most popular for this. But I just want to go through some of the misconceptions that people seem to have of AAC. So the first one is that AAC, you can also use it on phones as well, but the most popular seems to be like Dynavox type devices and tablets. I think there's a couple you can also get on Windows too. Not 100% sure. But anyway, beside the point. So AAC, some of the misconceptions that people have about this type of device, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically a program that you can get. You can get apps for it. You can get, programs for it. And basically what it does is it provides photos. So then the person can usually swipe through. There are some that operate a little bit differently, but usually you can swipe through and you can tap on individual photos, and each photo has a label, and when you tap on it, the device will speak the label of the photo. So usually you have a photo for I, a photo for want, a photo for, and then a photo for different things. So you could say, I want cereal, or I want computer, like these things. So I'm sure you can understand how that could be very helpful. Many of these programs have a lot of different capabilities. Some of them allow you to upload your own photos to places. Some of them will search the internet for photos for you. Some of them allow you to record your own voice. Most of them will allow you to either record your own voice or use the text-to-speech engine on your device. So in either case though, AAC is very helpful. So some of the misconceptions. Number one is that the biggest misconception actually that I've really heard regarding AAC is that it's only for nonverbal children. This is so completely untrue. I am not nonverbal, obviously, but I do still use AAC to speak for me. Now you might wonder, why is that? Well, it's because even though I am autism level 1, considered to be quote-unquote high functioning, during times of increased stress and anxiety, I can have a hard time speaking, and I can go essentially temporarily nonverbal. I won't be able to speak. And so in those situations, I will use AAC to speak for me. I will use AAC if I just don't feel like talking. If I find that talking is just, for whatever reason, I don't want to talk and I prefer to use my AAC device, well, you know what? Then that option is there for me. People seem to think the second biggest misconception, and the last one I'm going to talk about, is that people seem to think that AAC devices could possibly prevent their child from talking. To say, well, if they use AAC, they're just going to take the easy way out and use AAC and they won't even try to talk. This is completely untrue. Talking is almost always easier than using an AAC device. AAC devices are, not that they're hard to use, but to take the time to swipe through and having to find the photos, tap on them to make a sentence, and then hit the play button to speak the sentence, in the time that it takes to do that, talking is always much faster and easier. So believe me, if your child can talk, they more than likely will choose to talk over using an AAC device. And in fact, AAC devices, because they allow even nonverbal people to the ability to speak and formulate sentence structure with their brains. They have to formulate the sentence and they have to see how words work together. That in itself, just like reading, seeing these words and how these work together and finding different words and new words, it can actually expand your child or whoever's, or your family, your loved one's vocabulary. So it can actually, in the long run, because they're getting that mental stimulation that way, it can actually, in the long run, if and when they do begin talking, or even if they're verbal like me, and just use it during times of a lot of stress, it can actually improve your vocabulary and make it easier and easier for you to talk. So those are the two biggest misconceptions about AAC. Now, I am super excited. I got a new tablet a few days ago, and I'm going to show you guys. But first, I just want to say, okay, and this is big announcement for any electronic tech companies, people who are listening to me. I urge you, okay? Companies who are making technology devices, smartphones, tablets, those kind of things, don't ever stop making different sizes of devices. Don't ever stop making tablets, and don't ever stop making smartphones. But please, please, please don't let tablets go. Sorry, this strand of hair won't stay. Please don't let tablets go out. Don't stop making tablets. Tablets are really, really important. And it's important that we have all of these different operating systems like Android, iOS, Fire OS, Windows. It's important that we have all of these operating systems. And it's important that we have all these options: smartphones, tablets, computers, 2-in-1 hybrid devices. It's important that we have all of these options and all of the different sizes of options as well. So, for companies who have stopped making tablets altogether, or stopped making certain sizes of tablets, or computers, or smartphones, it's really a shame, because the reality is people don't come standard. For example, okay, if I have a phone, okay, maybe I prefer a smaller phone. Maybe I don't want a huge 6-inch screen on my phone, okay? Maybe I prefer just a 5-inch screen on my phone. Maybe I don't want a gigantic phone that I have to lug around with me everywhere. But on the other hand, maybe I sometimes do need that bigger screen. So but maybe I don't always want to have to lug it around with me. So that's where having a phone, that's where having more than one device comes in, you know? So you could have a smaller phone and a tablet, or a smaller phone and a laptop, or a smaller phone and a 2-in-1 device. You know, I'm just saying that all of the options need to stay for a very long time. I'm not saying that technology shouldn't move forward. That's not what I'm saying. I fully understand, phasing out things like, the Galaxy Tab 2 from years ago for the, Galaxy Tab A 10.1, in terms of having a better resolution display, better sound quality, all of these kinds of things. Those things, absolutely, move forward with technology. And I totally understand standardizing the charging port to USB Type-C. That makes total and complete sense to me. But standardizing devices in themselves, it doesn't make sense, because people don't come standard. People want and need options. And so it's really, really important to keep all of these options around, especially the different sizes. We should have 5-inch smartphones, 5.5-inch smartphones, 6-inch smartphones, for people who want them. We should have, 7-inch tablets, 8-inch tablets, and 10-inch tablets. So people have the option, okay? Some people, maybe they only want a small, like for myself, I just want a small phone. I have a 5.5-inch smartphone, or 5.6 or something like that. I don't even know. But the point is that I have a smaller smartphone. It's not like a 6-inch smartphone. I don't need a 6-inch smartphone. I want something that is going to be small and light and easy to carry around, and when I put it up to my ear to talk, isn't going to feel like it's like super cumbersome to put up to my ear to talk to people. On the other hand, I also want a tablet, because tablets are great. That larger screen is great for a number of things: playing games, watching Netflix, reading ebooks, surfing the internet, all these kinds of things. My smartphone I use for calling, texting, and filming. That's basically it. I run 1 or 2 apps on there, but basically calling, texting, filming, okay? My tablet I use for pretty much everything else. So I think it's really important to keep tablets around for a long time. People in the disabled community, they may or may not, want a tablet. But the whole thing is that some people might want or need that bigger screen, and some people may want or need the smaller screen, and some people may want or need both. For some people, a 6-inch smartphone, sure, it'll do everything they need it to do, and they don't need any other devices. Some people have kids, and kids want their own devices. So maybe, they want, the adult has a smartphone and a tablet for themselves, but they don't want to spend a huge amount of money on a tablet for their kid that could end up broken. So what do? They buy a little 7-inch tablet for a, fairly, not crazy expensive price, a reasonable price. They buy a smaller 7-inch tablet, so it's smaller because kids have smaller hands, and they throw a really ruggy case on it, and they give it to their kid. Kids happy, parents happy. Myself, like I say, I need both my smartphone and my tablet. I tried the 7-inch tablet for my tablet, just wasn't quite big enough for me. I could definitely see it working though really well for kids. Tried the 10-inch tablet. For myself, it was just too big. So I ended up getting myself an 8-inch tablet, which I'm going to show you momentarily. So, yeah. So that's basically what I have to say on that. please, 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 technology companies, don't phase out the 7-inch tablet. It's really great, not only for kids, but for people who maybe a 6-inch screen just isn't big enough, but an 8-inch screen is too big for them. Don't fade out the 8-inch tablet. Don't fade out the 10-inch tablet. Don't fade out, 5 and 6-inch smartphones. Keep the 5-inch smartphone. Some people might only want a 5-inch smartphone. You have to, it's really important to recognize that people don't come standard, and therefore neither should our devices. So that's what I have to say on that. I urge companies to listen and hear me on that. Okay, so that being said, and all the operating systems too. We absolutely need every single operating system because, again, people don't come standard and they have different needs and wants and budgets and, price points. And it's just really important that all of these things stick around so that we always have these options. Okay, so that's my opinion on that, and I urge companies to hear me on that and not try to standardize all of our devices into like one type of device ever, because people don't come standard. So, okay, so, and I'm hoping that they hear me on this for years and 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 years to come. So, okay, that's what I gotta say on that. I'm gonna stop rambling now. So, getting back to what I was talking about. So, this is my little 8-inch tablet that I got. It was on sale for $300. Sorry, it was $300 in the store, on sale for $200. I managed to find one brand new that a person bought, and they decided they didn't want it. And it was brand new, untouched, for $150. So that was a great deal. And this, if you can't tell, so this is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 8.0 inch. Now, I'm going to switch views here so that you guys can get a better look, and so I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, everyone, so we're back. So this is my Samsung Galaxy Tab 8-inch. You can see there's already some fingerprints on there. I really do need to clean the screen. Sorry about that. But, yeah, so this is the 8-inch Samsung Galaxy. Like I said, I tried the 7-inch. It just wasn't quite big enough for me. The 10-inch was too big, so this was perfect. And like I said, we need options, and I need both my smartphone and my tablet. And I will always need both a smartphone and a tablet. It's just the way it goes. So anyway, so this little tablet is perfect for my needs. I can run my AAC applications. As you can see, I've got YouTube, some of the people I'm subscribed to on there. And I've got all kinds of stuff on here. Now, me and my husband both love Android. We are both Android users, but we do agree that every OS has its pros and cons, and every OS is going to suit different people. So that's why it's important that we have every OS. Windows. We should have Windows tablets. We should have Windows phones and Windows computers. We should have, Android Fire tablets and phones and computers. We should have, Samsung tablets and phones. We should have Apple tablets and phones, because every operating system has different pros and cons, and every operating system is going to suit different people. So rather than saying, is this device good or bad as such, rather than rating it, saying, oh, well, it's a 1-star device or a 5-star device, it's better to just say, this device did or did not suit my needs, but it doesn't mean that it won't suit yours, unless it really is a terrible device, in which, i.e., doesn't even work, and there's, it's it doesn't even work. So if there's a device that doesn't work, or is so incredibly outdated that it will never work, then yeah, okay, sure, say it's a bad device. But, or not that it's a bad device, but it's an outdated device. And like I said, definitely move forward. Each and every company should be moving forward, improving their OS, improving their display, improving the selection of apps, improving all these things. But we still need all, like in terms of 7, 8, 10-inch tablets and 5 and 6-inch smartphones, especially, and computers, laptop computers, and 2-in-1 devices, all of these need to stay. They all need to stay. Yeah, so this is my lovely tablet. I'm just going to show you guys. I'll swipe up here. Like that. And so as you can see, I've got the Disney Mulan official teaser trailer playing here. I'll just show you guys. If I hit play. What's going on here? Hold on. There we go. That was my fault. I didn't hit it properly. There we go. Sorry, my hands are just shaky. Again, hence why I need the bigger screen.
Quiet. Composed.
So this is the portrait mode. So now if I flip it over to landscape, you can see it's much bigger, much clearer. Videos are meant to be watched in this landscape mode. There's the full screen. Down there you can see there's the full screen. So yeah, so it just gives you an idea. This tablet's really, really fantastic. I don't think that this video is really going to do it justice with the display. I think my camera might also have some smudging on it, so that could be possible too. But the whole thing here is that it's a really great little tablet. It really is. It's 8 inches, so for me, it's the perfect size. It's big enough, but it's not too big. But again, that's for me, right? I think that, right, everyone, like I said, it has different wants and needs. So we need all sizes of tablets and all sizes of computers and all sizes of smartphones. And some people, you know, they may not want to use their smartphone as a tablet. I don't. I prefer having 2 devices. So please, tech companies, don't try to force us to use one device for everything. It's not fair. People don't come standard. I repeat again and again and again and again and again. And I urge them to hear me on this. Okay, so yeah, so that's the new member of the family. This little tablet runs my AAC apps perfectly. It runs all kinds of things really, really well. I'm going to be getting my husband a tablet as well, hopefully within, you know, the next short while. So hopefully once that happens, I'll be able to show you guys that tablet just very quickly, just so you can see what it looks like, but I'm not going to go into too much detail with it. It's a good little Android tablet, though, that I'm getting for him, too, so. But this one is for me. This is great. It came with a stylus pen, which is in my backpack someplace. My backpack's a pretty big disaster at the moment. I have to clean it out and reorganize it, but yeah, so this is great. The only thing is the screen does get fingerprints quite easily, so that's a thing. Like, you can see all the fingerprints there on the screen. I have to, like, you can see that there. I just swiped the screen and it left a fingerprint mark. So I have to clean the screen. But other than that, no, this is a really fantastic little tablet. And I would highly, highly recommend it. I would recommend, if you're looking for an AAC device for your spouse or your loved one, or you're looking for a device for your child, or you're looking for a new device, please, please, please consider, instead of a phone, consider a tablet. Tablets do so much. The only thing that they don't do is take and make phone calls. But I mean, that's what phones are for, realistically. Smartphones are really for calling and texting. That's their main function. Okay, and yeah, sure, they can run apps and all these other things, but the reality is phones, their main function is to take phone calls and make phone calls and text back and forth. If you want something a little bit bigger, I would highly suggest, instead of buying a bigger smartphone, which is going to cost you a pretty penny, I would definitely suggest going with a tablet. Now, like I said, there's 7-inch tablets, which I would recommend mostly for kids. If you have a kid and they're, always on your phone or on your tablet, and they want, their own device, and they're constantly on your device, and you're worried about them breaking it or whatever, then get a 7-inch tablet. You can get them really cheap on Amazon. Amazon Kindle Fire, the kids edition, is actually really great for kids. I would highly recommend that one for kids if The other tablet I would recommend for a child would be the Samsung Galaxy Tab E Lite, the kids edition. So basically the only difference between the kids edition and the regular Tab E Lite, which I would also recommend for a child, they're basically the same tablet. The only real difference is that the kids edition comes with this big green case around it. That's basically it. The nice thing about the kids edition too is that it can grow with your kids. So, as the parental controls that are on there, you can actually sort of start, having, putting the parental controls at different settings to limit less and less, as your child gets older and more responsible, with things like being online, that sort of thing. You can actually limit things less and less, so it can grow with your child, and then eventually, if they decide they don't like that, green rubber case, you can get a more adult case for it. So anyway, yeah, so like I said before, options, we absolutely need the 7-inch tablets, 8-inch tablets, 9-inch tablets, 10-inch tablets, as well as 5 and 6-inch smartphones, as well as laptop computers of different sizes, as well as hybrid 2-in-1 tablet computers. We need all of these options. It's so important, and it's important for companies to realize that they have to provide people with a multitude of options, with basically all the options. Companies have to provide all of these options now and for a very long time to come, because people don't come standard, and people have different wants and needs, and it's important. Companies say they care about their customers. Well, if you do, then I urge you to listen to me, because people don't come standard, and so it's important to make sure that you're giving them all the options possible, and not fading out options as well. So to say, we're not supporting the iPad Mini 1 anymore, that's fine. That's not an issue, because we still have the iPad Mini 4, which is the same thing, newer generation. Newer generations of the same thing are great. There's improved display, improved screen resolution, improved sound quality, improved charging, improved everything. So, which is amazing and wonderful and perfect, and that's definitely something we want. But if you were to say, well, we're not making 7-inch tablets anymore, or we're getting out of the tablet game, that would be a real shame. Please don't do that. Just don't. It's so bad. It really is. So yeah, so this is my tablet, my new Samsung Galaxy Tab A8.0, which I absolutely love. I'm going to be getting my husband a tablet. I'm not going to say who it's by or what size it is. You guys will see that when I decide to show it, but it's a surprise for him, so I'm not going to ruin it that way. But yeah, so ignore puppy barking there in the background. She's just barking at the other puppy because the two of them are playing, and so she's just barking. So if you can hear that, I apologize. Just give me one moment. I'm going to switch views again, and then we'll be back. Talk amongst yourselves. So we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My next video is going to be a book review, at which point, probably at the beginning of the video, I will just quickly show you my hubby's tablet that I'm going to be buying. And yeah, but it will be mostly a book review for a book that I have just recently finished, which I have loved more than words can say. I will tell you, it is a very short book, but it is definitely a 5-star read. One of the best books I've ever read. So I'll be talking about that more in my next video. If you enjoyed this, please comment down below, like, subscribe, hit that little bell notification icon. It really helps me out, and I really, really do appreciate it. And again, you know, shout out to everyone who is currently subscribed to my channel, and also to all of the tech companies out there for providing us with all of these options. Please continue to provide us with the options, and don't phase out any of the options. Like, don't phase out your 7-inch tablets, 8-inch tablets, 10-inch tablets, 5 or 6-inch smartphones. Keep those coming, all of them, because they're so important and they're so useful, not only to myself, but to, you know, other people in the disability community, and even not in the disability community. You know, lots of people like to have more than one device. Many people have, you know, multiple devices around their home. Maybe, you know, they have, you know, 3 or 4 kids, and each one of them wants their own device, and the parents don't want to pay, you know, an unsightly penny for a device that you're going to be giving to a 4-year-old. So this is where 7-inch tablets really come into play. And also, and for 8 and 10-inch tablets, for anyone who just wants that bigger screen. You know, maybe they have a smartphone, you know, whether it's a 5-inch or a 6-inch or whatever, but maybe they just don't find that's enough for them for certain tasks. You know, maybe they prefer to have a tablet. Maybe they prefer to have a laptop. Maybe they prefer to have a hybrid 2-in-1. Maybe, you know, maybe. But this is the whole thing, is right now with 5 to 6-inch smartphones, 7, 8, 9, and 10-inch tablets, anywhere from 7 to 10-inch tablets, hybrid 2-in-1 computers, and regular laptops. With all of these options on the market, I feel like we have a good range of options to cover most people's needs. But I feel like if you start phasing out options, it's not going to go well, and it's not going to end well. And, you know, I was worried about the standardization of USB Type-C because it's removing certain options if everything goes to USB Type-C. Now, I understand that USB Type-C is amazing, and I get it, and I understand why they're doing it, and it makes sense for a charging cable. The same does not apply to devices themselves. Trying to standardize one device for everyone would be a huge mistake, because people are not standard, and their needs are not standard, and their wants and desires are not standard, and their budgets, their financial capabilities are not standard. So it's really important that we remember that and cater to that. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next time. All right, guys. Bye.